Big one, as this is the prelude to what's happening later this month. And again, this is $1,000 to win. And we're going to go ahead and start going through the lineup. In row one on the inside in the 29 is Lane Seratt from Findlay, Tennessee. On the outside of row one in the 55S is Daryn Stark from Springfield, Illinois. On the inside of row two in the 71 is Colton Robinson from Titusville, Florida. On the outside of row two in the 71S is Austin Schaefer from Evansville, Indiana. On the inside of row three in the 27S is Angela Caros from Evansville, Indiana. From Waisala, South Australia. On the outside of row three in the 22 is Grayson Springer from Lafayette, Indiana. On the inside of row four in the 00 is Brandon Healy from Marshall, Illinois. On the outside of row four in the 22E is Eli Holden from Princeton, Indiana. On the inside of row five in the 71W is Jaxton Wiggs from Benton, Illinois. On the outside of row five in the 22R is Reed Whitney from Jasper, Indiana. On the inside of row six in the 41 is Colton Hardy from Phoenix, Arizona. On the outside of row six in the 61 is Cole Tinsley from Bonterra, Missouri. On the inside of row seven in the 10 is Daniel Robinson from Benton. And on the outside of row 7 in the 88 is Billy Lee from Hammond, Illinois. On the inside of row 8 in the 26 is Dane Stinsell from Fredericktown, Missouri. On the outside of row 8 is Logan Knoll from Marion in the 20. On the inside of row 9 in the 16 is Brian Grogan from Arlington, Kentucky. On the outside of row 9, the 88M is Max Crabtree. On the inside of row 10 in the 2C is Chris Coben from Royalton. On the outside of row 10 in the 25T is Jace Ryanshire from Pocahontas, Illinois. On the inside of row 11 in the 97K is Maverick Page from Greenwood, Missouri. On the outside of row 11 in the Ike is Ryder Eigenrau from Carterville. On the inside of row 12 in the 5H is Graham Huffman from Lebanon, Indiana. And rounding us out on the outside of row 12 in the 11K is Kylie Griffiths from Xenia, Illinois. So we are 4 wide here, and just a beautiful picture to see here as this is the Winged Outlaws. Make sure to get on your feet as it's a 25-lap race. Everyone getting warmed up. Nothing better here when it comes to sprint car racing here at the Marion, Southern Illinois Raceway. Again, this is the prelude to what's happening later this month. Whoever wins this race gets $1,000. Something I'm sure we'd all like to pocket. So everybody's getting side by side and reset here as we had to get the picture of the 4 wide here as we got 24 cars. And the light is out. Seratt will lead us to green. 25 laps underway. And quickly it is Daryn Stark taking the lead. Stark and Robinson, you're 1 and 2. Seratt now moves back into 2. It is chaos there in the top. Stark, Robinson, Seratt. Jaxton Wiggs trying to move into it, and we got caution as it is the 00. Brandon Healy over in turn 4 up against the fence. So as we all start to get reset here, it is the 55, Daryn Stark, who holds down that top spot with Robinson in second. Seratt in third. The 71S, Austin Schaefer in fourth. Grayson Springer fifth. The 27. So the light is back to green. Stark getting wild and chaotic over there with Robinson behind him. Stark coming in hot around turn 3 and 4. Right here in front of us, it is Stark, Robinson, Seratt. Schaefer trying to make a pass on Seratt on the back stretch. As Stark still continues to hold that front lead. Jaxton Wiggs trying to get into the mix for the top 5 as he is right next to Springer. 371s in the top 6 here. As 71 Austin Schaefer in fourth, and the 71W Jaxton Wiggs is in sixth. 371 to the top six. Stark is starting to get in some lap traffic here in a few moments with Robinson, Seratt, and Schaefer. Stark inching closer to that lap traffic as he's got a load ahead of him. This could cause problems for him as he's got a lot behind him as well. Here he goes past the Ike dealership, Ryder Eigenrauh. Robinson also trying to get past Eigenrauh. Stark is starting to get in that sore traffic, and you can see it with Robinson still right behind him. And the whole gang is with him with Seratt, Schaefer, and Springer and Wiggs coming up close as well. And they're coming around turns 3 and 4 right here in front of us now. Stark in the 55S is leading right here in front of us. Robinson in second in the 71. 29 is Seratt in the third place. Schaefer, Springer, and Wiggs 4, 5, and 6. As they've got a lot ahead of them to get past. Wiggs passes up Springer, and he's now in fifth. Schaefer in fourth. Meanwhile, Daryn Stark got past most of the traffic, and he is still leading with Colton Robinson behind him. Jaxton Wiggs is still battling Springer to get past him. He does. He's on the back stretch. Getting near Austin Schaefer, the 71S. On the back. Daryn Stark continues to pick him up and lay him down as he is getting past through lap traffic. Same with Colton Robinson in second. Jaxton Wiggs with the slider. He tries to hold the lead for 4. Austin Schaefer takes it back. Wiggs on the inside of the back stretch. Wiggs holds forward. And Schaefer crosses back over. So it's Schaefer, Wiggs, and Springer still knotted up for 4, 5, and 6. Chris Colton is down on the infield. Looks like his night is wrapped up. Meanwhile, Colton Robinson is now bumping above, not quite bumping the bumper, but he is right there behind Stark between turns 1 and 2. We're inching closer to 2 laps remaining. Meanwhile, Jaxton Wiggs shoots up to 4th. He's coming around hot for turns 3 and 4 with 2 laps remaining. It is, and we have caution. It is Austin Schaefer there on the back stretch, close to turn 3. The top 4 is with Daryn Stark in the 55S, Colton Robinson in the 71, Lane Seratt in the 29, and 4 is Jaxton Wiggs in the 71W. Eli Holden's in the 22E. He's in 5th now. So Grayson Springer is being carted off to back to the pits, as well as Austin Schaefer. His night appears to be done. The yellow light is out now, so we'll be going back to green. Again, it is Stark in the 55S, Robinson in the 71, Lane Seratt in the 29, and Jaxton Wiggs in the 71W. Eli Holden in the 22E. And that's your top 5 as the light is back out and we have green. Robinson trying to get past Stark. He crosses over, and we are back into the back stretch. Coming around turns 3 and 4. The top 4 is getting hectic. 2 laps remaining. Jaxton Wiggs coming in on the inside, trying to make a slider. Robinson crosses back over. And Seratt steals the spotlight, moving into 2. Stark, 1 lap remaining with a big lead. Jaxton Wiggs moves back over with the slider. He gets hit with the crossover by Seratt. Checker flag is out. Stark finishes first. Seratt second. Jaxton Wiggs finishes third, with Colton Robinson finishing fourth. So Daryn Stark gained the lead early, never let go of it. Colton Robinson, who is in second majority of the race, loses it within the last couple of laps as Lane Seratt finishes second, Jaxton Wiggs finishes third, and Colton Robinson finishes fourth. And your winner of the Driven Performance Midwest Winged Outlaws is Daryn Stark in the 55S from Springfield, Illinois. That's a $1,000 to win race, and also the prelude to our race here in a couple weekends, which is $12,500 to win. So give a big congratulations to Daryn Stark, as he is the winner of tonight's Driven Performance Winged Outlaws race. Man, that was a good race. And then now up next, we got the Dwarfs. Following the Dwarfs, we have the non-winged Outlaws for the Prairie Farms. So we have 2 more races tonight. We hope that you stick around, as 2 more great races coming up. Again, that is Daryn Stark from Springfield, Illinois in the 55S, who wins the Driven Performance Winged Outlaws. Takes a nice little victory lap, and he'll shortly be heading down to victory lane. So give a big congratulations to him. We'll be back with the Dwarfs. Again, we'd like to give big congratulations to Daryn Stark in the 55S for winning that Winged Outlaws race.